Good morning, Physicians Weight Loss Centers, and today is Friday, March 20th. I'm from corporate, I'm here to help. March 20th, today, spring has sprung. I'm sure you were all out on the sidewalk or at the kitchen table at 7:44 Eastern Time trying to balance an egg on its end. They only do that twice a year, and I saw on the Today Show they were able to pull that off today. Today is our conference call, special conference call, open to everyone, all franchisees, managers, nurses, and staff. Entire network is invited to participate in the call. We've invited Mary Ellen Philbin, Susan Malzone, Bruce Morosco, Dave Cortez, Vanessa Cortez, and Karen Stillwell, who all ranked in the top 5 in production per hour, to join us on the call and share with us how they prepared for Monday, how they executed Monday, and I'm interested in finding out how some of the hangover effect has occurred. Reports and royalties are due for last week's sales today. If you're a flat fee center, please get that data in at reports@pwlc.com. And if you're a royalty center, you've already gotten it in the mail, so we've got it by today. Otherwise, late fees apply. We're going to get into rankings in just a few minutes, along with Pam's ads, April's calendar, center financial audits, and a reminder about customer complaints. Let's start with the Pam's ad. I'll hold this up here. I want you to focus on all new easy payment plans, guaranteed credit approval. We'll spend more time on this getting into next week, but I want to give you the short version. I've spoken to more franchisees than anyone else in the company throughout the network. I've been in front of more of you than anybody else in the company. I've probably spoken to more people than anybody else in the company, and here's what I've heard. People are coming in, but they don't have any money. Their credit cards are maxed. They've lost their job, whatever the case may be. That's the front side. Those are the things you cannot control. But what I'm hearing on the back side of the things we can control, with the exception of a handful of centers that were able to keep care credit, virtually no one has taken advantage of what we've talked about in one case for nearly 2 years, and in another case since November. The replacement for care credit, which is UGA, and the backup for all of that, if you want to go this route, is ASF. Now, as part of today's email, you've got an updated vendors list, and you'll see Garrett Grahovic is your contact for UGA. Sean Kirby is your contact for ASF. We'll spend more time talking about this next week on this YouTube channel. Let's talk about April's calendar. Just my final note on that is people are coming in thinking, I don't have any money, or that they don't have it available. Well, there are methods to collect from this, and what I don't want you doing is in-house collections, because I've had some conversations with people that have as much as $70,000 of in-house receivables that they've done virtually nothing to collect on. It's kind of difficult to love with your left hand and collect with your right hand. So I really strongly advise you use UGA or use ASF. Whatever you do, don't try to collect it on your own. April's calendar, the week of the 5th and the week of the 12th are do not advertise weeks. The week of the 19th and the 26th, you're wide open until, I believe, Memorial Day. So you want to take advantage of that and have your strategy in place. The reason we don't want to advertise the 5th and the 12th, we'd never advertise the week before or the week of a holiday. And, of course, Easter falls on the 12th. Orthodox Easter falls on the 19th. So be cognizant of that. Also be cognizant of what is going on with spring break in your market, because that could affect the results that you get from your advertising as well. A quick note on consumer complaints. That can go to refund request at pwlc.com. If you have a client who you feel you've said and spoken all the logic you can with, and they're just not listening, and you need to send them one more direction, send them to refund request at pwlc.com. Here's what will happen. They'll get an autoresponder message letting them know we've received it, and it's being directed to someone in corporate. But it's also pointing out that all refund decisions and center matters of resolution are done at the center level, because each center is independently owned and operated. There's been a tremendous amount of misquoting going on by clients jonesing for a refund when they technically and legally don't deserve one, and we want to make sure that they get the message from us clearly and succinctly so that we're not misquoted when they feed it back to you for information. Matter of financial audits for centers. We will be beginning those right after tax season. I have retained the accounting firm of Coley & Company. That's K-O-L-Y. A number of you will be getting a letter from me in a couple of weeks letting you know the date range between this time and this time. You should expect an auditor to show up. they'll possess a password so you know that that you'll be provided with, so you'll know that they're legitimate. And they will be auditing everything from financial to bank statements to matching it up to the sales reports that were sent in. I'm going to be quite frank with you. We've got about a half a dozen centers that we have clear and present evidence that they've been underreporting, and we're starting with you. If you think that maybe you've mismanaged the royalty report and want to contact me to have a conversation about correcting that report before the auditors come out, by all means, give me a phone call. I'll have a very pleasant conversation with you about it. We can get this all squared away and get back on the straight and narrow. Today's conference call starts at 2 o'clock Eastern Time, 1 o'clock Central. Everyone's invited. You don't want to miss it. And to round out the day, as soon as I find it in my big stack of all this information I've got for you, let me give you the top 25 through the close of business last night. Whole new set of people in our top 25. This is going to change as early as Monday as reports start to come in over the weekend. But we've got some new names, center names in here that it's exciting to see because they've previously been in the top 20, top 25. But here we go in reverse order. Fairfax, Northeast Philadelphia, Cuyahoga Falls. Good to see you in the rankings, Cuyahoga Falls. Coral Springs, Margate, Willoughby Hills. Way to go, Angie. St. Andrews. Great job, Pat. Lexington, Charleston, Plantation. Kate, keep pushing the way you're pushing. West Palm Beach, Medina, Darlene, whatever you did in that center, you're just doing great. Keep doing what you've been doing. Davie, Florida, even with the baby, they're in the top 25. Onalaska, big numbers out of Onalaska on Monday's contest. Wilkes-Barre, hey, have fun on the cruise in a couple of weeks. Joel and Susan have racked up all their points from the credit card from the product purchases, and they're taking a great cruise the week of the 31st. Gainesville, Strongsville, Parma Heights. Great to see Strongsville and Parma Heights. Got some information on, I believe it's Strongsville or Parma Heights we were in yesterday doing a time study just to show you what a top 10 center does. We'll release that next week. Great information. Lets you know about the effectiveness and efficiency of the staff and the way it should be. Melbourne, Florence, Pensacola, Columbia Northeast is number 4. Way to go, Roberta. Okeechobee, number 3. Scranton is number 2, and Miami is number 1. So that's your top 25. Conference call today at 2 p.m. Eastern, 1 p.m. Central. Everyone's invited. As always, it'll be recorded for playback later. Talk to you all later this afternoon. Have a great day.